The NBA playoffs are the most exciting part of the NBA season. 16 of the top teams in the league competing for one common goal, the NBA championship. Every moment matters in the playoffs. Every series, every game, every play. One slip up can change the course of the entire postseason. But sometimes we don't just see some slip ups, but we also see some moments where you just sit back and think, how did that happen? In this video, we're going to look at 5 of the biggest chokes in NBA playoff history. This list was honestly pretty hard to make because there are a lot of moments to choose from, but I think that the 5 I chose are really interesting. I'm just going to say this right now. There's one particular moment that easily belongs on a list like this. I don't know if you know about it, but it happened in 2016. I'm not putting that on this list because it's just too obvious. The Warriors' 3-1 lead is one that is always talked about to this day, and I tried my best not to be repetitive with this list, so if you don't see it on here, now you know why. Before we start, I hope that you guys are subscribed to the channel, and if you're not, please do so for more NBA content like this. With that being said, let's not waste any more time. My name is Nas, and let's jump right into it. Now this doesn't just involve one game, but it also involves the series as a whole. The Dallas Mavericks won the first 2 games of the 2006 NBA Finals at home, giving them momentum heading into Game 3 in Miami. In that game, the Mavericks had the upper hand. Dallas was up 86-73 and were 6 minutes away from taking the 3-0 lead and essentially winning the title. All of that excitement and potential went down the drain when Dwayne Wade led the Heat to a crazy comeback and eventually won the game 98-96. Wade ended up having 36 points and 10 rebounds that game. The Heat went on to win the next 3 games and secure their first NBA title, with Wade winning Finals MVP. Those 6 minutes from D Wade made it one of the best Finals performances of all time. To go from potentially being down 3-0 to securing the game and then the series is something else. The Dallas Mavericks had a really good opportunity with this series, but they blew it. And the crazy thing about it is, this isn't the only time the Mavs are on this list. Game 1 of the 1995 NBA Finals went down to the wire. The Orlando Magic had the chance to end the game and start the series off 1-0 if Nick Anderson made just one of 2 free throws. He proceeded to miss both of those free throws. Luckily, the Magic got the offensive rebound. Anderson got the ball back and got fouled again. So he had another 2 free throws where he could end the game. He ended up missing those 2 free throws as well, and Houston got the ball. On the other end, Kenny Smith hit a 3 to send the game into overtime. By the way, that 3 gave Smith the finals records for 3s in the game at the time. The Rockets then went ahead to win the game 120-118 and sweep the series, giving Houston their 2nd straight championship. The multiple missed opportunities gave Anderson the not so nice nickname Nick the Brick, and the Magic took this finals loss hard as Shaq left for the Lakers the following offseason. This one is crazy because Nick Anderson was a 70% career free throw shooter, so for him to miss 4 straight in the most important moment of the game where you could win the game, I couldn't imagine how Magic fans felt at the time. They probably crucified him. I really don't think there's an excuse that Nick could give that would justify missing those free throws, and that nickname, to be honest, is well deserved. I told you they'd be back, and if you thought 2006 was tough, wait till I tell you what they did the following season. In the 2006-2007 season, the Mavericks won a league best 67 games, which was the most won since the 95-96 Bulls. This was also Dirk Nowitzki's MVP year. This regular season success made it seem like the Mavericks were out for redemption after coming up short in the finals the previous season. They easily secured the #1 seed in the West, and they faced the 8th-seeded Golden State Warriors, who had won 42 games in that regular season. With how good the Mavericks were, you would think that this series would be over in 4 or 5 games, maybe 6, but that's a stretch. Well, the Mavericks fell apart quickly and it spawned the We Believe era. Dallas lost game 1 at home by 12 points, won game 2 by 13, and then lost the next 2 games. They barely won game 5. They lost then by an embarrassing 25 in game 6 and got knocked out of the playoffs. If this happened in the era of NBA Twitter, oh my god, no one would live that down and it would have been hilarious. This is the best team in the NBA, a team with the MVP of the league, and they lost in the first round. I mean, talk about an upset. The Warriors were just doing everything right, and on top of that, they were fun to watch as well. You had guys like Baron Davis, Monte Ellis, Steven Jackson, Matt Barnes. This was just a fun team, and they managed to take down the best team in the league. So it's fair to say that the Mavericks choked incredibly hard here. Pause. I mean, come on, a video about choking in the playoffs has to include Reggie Miller versus the Knicks, and this video is no exception. Also, who doesn't love some Knicks slander? The 1994 Eastern Conference Finals between the Indiana Pacers and the New York Knicks was something else, especially game 5. The Knicks were up 71-58 in the third quarter, and it looked like the Knicks were going to win the game and finish the series with ease. Reggie Miller had a slower start in this game compared to early ones, so the Knicks definitely had the upper hand. But then Reggie started to slowly get hot, 3 after 3 after 3, and after each one, he would stare down Knicks stan Spike Lee, and one time he did, as we all know, that iconic choke. Miller helped the Pacers come back and win the game 93-86, with him dropping 39 points, 25 of it coming in the fourth quarter. This win gave the Pacers a 3-2 lead in the series, which they proceeded to blow as the Knicks would come back and win the series. So I guess you could say this is 2 chokes in 1, because the Knicks blew game 5, but the Pacers blew the series. We obviously know what happened next. The Knicks would go on to lose in the finals to the Rockets. I mean, this is great. I got to talk about Reggie Miller's game 5, the fact that he did the choke signal in front of Spike Lee, and how the Knicks lost the finals. You love to see it. When it came to game 7 of the 2018 Western Conference Finals, I don't think I've ever seen a choke that bad before. The Houston Rockets, led by MVP James Harden, were leading at halftime 54-43, meaning the Rockets were 24 minutes away from taking down the defending champs and going to the NBA Finals. The Warriors at this point in the playoffs were known for their third quarter comebacks. Them being down at the half wasn't a big deal, but they always came out strong to start the third, and then the other team just wouldn't be able to catch up. And that's what happened in game 7. The Warriors, specifically Steph Curry, came out strong in the third, and the Rockets just couldn't keep up. Oh yeah, there was one thing I forgot to mention. While this was happening, the Rockets missed 27 straight threes. 27! There was one stretch in the game where the Rockets missed 25 straight, and the Warriors had 11 of 21 threes. They managed to tie the worst 3-point shooting stretch by a team in NBA history, and it was in a game 7 at home where they had the lead. I can't think of a choke that bad. I mean, even 2 years later, it's still hard to believe that it went so south so fast for the Rockets. I can't think of a choke job that bad. Oh wait. I'm sorry, you know I had to do it to him. So that's going to wrap it up for today's video. If you enjoyed, please be sure to leave a like and comment below what you think are the biggest choke moments in the playoffs or in general. I'm curious to hear what you have to say because there's just so many more that could have been on this list. I also want to let you guys know that I haven't done anything on my gaming channel. I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do with it because I definitely want to post on there. I'm probably going to be able to post more once I'm out of school, so I'll let you guys know about that. Please subscribe to it though. I'll leave a link in the description. Thank you guys for the support on the Last Dance reviews. I can't wait for the final 2 episodes. I know they're going to be great, so be on the lookout for the final review. As always, if you haven't already, please be sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notifications. Thank you guys for watching this video. Thank you for the continued support. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.